What's up, guys? I'm WCH Faces, Reduce's favorite editor, even though I'm the only one. Today we are playing Bad North, one of the hardest games, basically. So, this game is a strategy game where you have to move islands while Vikings try killing you. So, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be playing Bad North on hard difficulty. And I hope you guys like it. We're gonna be playing for 10 to 15 minutes at least for my first video, and I hope you guys like it. Anyway, so I'll explain more while we play the game, and sorry if I don't seem as energetic as Reduce or as goofy as him, to be honest, but I'm new to YouTube and being an editor of his, so we'll both learn some things about each other while we play. As you can see, the objective is to make sure all the houses survive and don't die, which seems very hard. Barely survived, or at least our red guy barely survived. That was very tough, and these guys are the light infantry, so basically you have to make decisions while you play, and that's how it goes. And as you can see, this game, there's different classes. Range units deal damage from far, but struggle with close. These guys can block, these guys can hold a position for long, and they all have their own special abilities, you know? That gives them all fun ideas that help them and stuff. So, yeah. They even have their own abilities when it comes to stuff, so I hope you guys have an enjoyable time while we do this. Anyways, as you can see, the infantry now, well, are actual infantry. These guys are militia. These are guys with swords. The commanders are the helmets. They won't die until the rest of their troops are dead and they get hit. And since we're in hard mode, there should be a lot of extra enemies. It takes longer to heal and other things like that. So in Bad North, it is a great idea to play smart and not take risk if it's unnecessary. But as you can see, we might need to because there's more Vikings coming in that go through the line. So as you can see, they're dead now. And here comes in more of them. Look at them go. As you can see, the Reds are taking a lot of damage, even though they're infantry. It's because of the angle. So yeah, be prepared to lose a lot of troops and commanders along the way, because they do die, and that's a part of the game. But that's honestly something you have to live with while playing this game, to be honest. However, at the start, it gets a little bit more easier where you don't lose a lot of guys. we also get new guys. Some of them can have special abilities, or some of them already have classes that are picked for them already. So that's gonna be a hard decision when it comes to that. Those guys got shields. They do. Here's a normal Viking infantry. Anyways, you guys are about to see why polearms and spearmen are very important in this game. So, usually the normal infantry will have a bad time trying to do this, but look here. Boom! Barely any casualties. Beautiful, I tell you. They're really good when it comes to getting charged at, and they have other uses later on in the game. But they do have their disadvantages when it comes to things. So use them smart if you can. You can't have your troops so close in because it'll make the spearmen move, which ruins their movement, as you just saw for yourself. So you can't just camp their little boat, you have to wait for them to come out. And there should be a final wave, which is right here. It's a good thing when you're in options to switch your units or control them, it instantly makes it where you go into the game. And those guys are about to get absolutely shredded. And that's the power of Pullman for you guys right there, I tell you. So with the flags with symbols on them, usually have their own special ability. Like, see the symbols on these guys? They have something that makes them better than the others. And since we already have ourselves an infantry, pikes, let's get ourselves some archers too. And we can't buy anything else, but we'll get to it when we can. Now, here's the fun part. Sometimes you get lucky and have a level like this where you just barely do anything because the classes you picked. So whenever they try going up the stairway, they're just gonna get piked. And the archers are just gonna shoot them when they try climbing up. See what I mean? And the cool part about these guys is they'll have their spikes and pikes pointed. And that's why you need more than archers, because the shield will block them. But then, boom, they're stuck. They can't go up. However, the shield does protect them from some damage, but not a lot. And the smaller maps usually have less enemies. Not a lot of times, but it's usually how many different variants. But since we're just started the game, there's not going to be a lot of variants, so it matters on island size. It's only taken 5 to 6 ships, and so look at where we are right now. So, as you can see, when another one of them dies, the blood goes onto them too, which is a pretty cool feature if you think about it. And the more times they get hit, if they somehow survive, then... like, watch this guy. But usually smaller maps don't give you much profit, but they keep you alive longer, since you need to be faster than, I guess, the storm or the raid. I still don't know what that is. So, as you can see, another round, but that's the thing though. You usually want to see if you can buy anything like this. It gives me extra coins while I do this. So here's another map. Now the one thing about, like I said, each map has its own adaptations and things like that. So you can just put your archers here and just have your infantry down here. You can have your pikemen cover this side. So it depends on the units you have because they all have their benefits when it comes to levels like this. Like, watch these infantry. Oh yeah, the archers can also shoot offset. Yeah, you can see they have pretty bad aim, but the more you upgrade, the better they get. Yeah. So watch these Vikings try going for the pikemen. They get a little bit closer, so believe it or not, 9 pikemen cannot just instantly defeat an army. Because, as you can see, it takes a while for them to refresh and get ready again. But this one might be a good example, since they got shields, they got swords, and a lot of things like that. So, just watch. They get closer. And surprisingly, they've only all come from this way. You can see the huge pile of bodies from it. That's 7 coins, and the fun part is though, I think I already explained it, but there's a cool death to ratio, so you can see how well the units are handling themselves, and you see that little, I guess rectangle you would call it. That's an ability that can do something. Now, as you can see, you might have to make some sacrifices to pick up some guys or leave them to die, which is totally your option, but it's a fun part where you can have multiple commanders selected and missions like this. Now, as you can see, their symbols have a meaning. Like, the ones with the bunnies are way faster than the other two. And that might be somewhat good, but it helps a lot when they're trying to get back inside. Supposedly, there's gonna be a new enemy for us to fight. This game involves very good tactics depending on the difficulty. Since I can't restart, I have to either abandon the island and lose a turn. So, as you can see, it's a pretty difficult choice. I don't know why they're just standing there menacingly. Oh, they're waiting. As you can see, sometimes they could get pushed out because there's too many of them, as you can see. And if you do that, it instantly takes them to where they were. So we're gonna heal. It doesn't... Yeah, I think it's a little bit more faster when, depending on how many you need to put back in. I don't know, though. And then as you can see, the imagery of the weapons, but you could just do that and stack them on each other. Now, I think this is the final wave. I don't know for sure, but all I know is this one's gonna be a pretty hard battle right here. Yeah, surprisingly, the bunnies didn't take casualties because they move faster, but they also attack a little bit more faster, I think, since they move faster. It's better for mobility. Watch. They can just burst through the defenses and help. Now, I think these guys are archers, so this is why you very much need... Like, these guys have no shield, but with our infantry, they can just block the shots from behind. But when they do get pushed out the way, they can't do anything. trying to do so. I think the infantry took a lot of damage. Yeah. But that really doesn't matter. Anyways, I think that's a good stopping point for the video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. So, subscribe, comment, and like for anything cool, I guess. And tell me if I should do another video of this or something new.